Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. Tonight we are breaking down the hottest topics everyone is talking about. We weigh in on the aftermath following the death of conservative host Charlie Kirk, the latest in the TikTok ban, and then find out why comedian Monique says she is not letting up on Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. Plus, former VP Kamala Harris shares what really happened in her 2024 presidential campaign. All that and much more. Want to remind you on Facebook, Blue Sky, X, and of course our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please hit subscribe right now. Today starts off Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic Heritage Month is U.S. observance celebrated annually from September 15th to October 15th to honor the cultures, histories, and contributions of Americans who trace their heritage to Spain, Mexico, and the Spanish-speaking nations of Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. The timing is significant because September 15th marks the Independence Day for several Central American countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Honduras, while Mexico's Independence Day is on September 16th. I think it's important to call out this month, especially what's going on with ICE and everything else. So shout out to all of everyone who celebrates and live it up, live it up. All right, so family, how y'all feeling on this Monday? How y'all doing? We're doing it right.
Less black and
Yeah.
highly favored.
Well, exactly. No way you can be. Well, listen, our question of the day is, would you prefer a friend's trip or a couple's trip? I'll start with you, Lanier.
Both.
Oh,
I need to be not together,
Okay.
but I need to have my time with my partner.
Yeah.
But I want my time with my friends.
Yeah.
And my time with my friends is my time with my friends where I can,
Let
just
go. Let loose.
let go. I can let go with my partner in a
Yeah.
different way. I love you, babe, but I can let go with my partner in a different way than I do with my friends, even though at the end of the day, we're all crazy.
Right.
So I need both. I need both of those dynamics in my life.
Yeah. What about you, Chika?
well, first of all, I want to say that Lania better properly shout out her significant other
Oh
because
yeah.
we got negative feedback
he
yeah.
was
because she didn't
disgusted.
do that.
Yeah, he was disgusted. He wasn't part
He
of
was upset.
the
So
shout out.
wait a minute, hold on. Lania, take the time to acknowledge.
I would like to acknowledge and shout out the man in my life who is our unofficial
Yeah.
other co-host because he watches every episode. He gives feedback to every episode, and he has been here for the longest.
Yes.
And he said that he was not mentioned. So, Bay,
Yes.
Jay, here you go.
Yes, Jay. Yes, Jay. All right, Chike, what's your preference? Friends trip or couples trip?
Uh, I haven't had a couples trip in a very long time. I kind of forgot what they were like. So I would say probably my friend's trip.
Yeah.
Just simply because I can't remember.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Brittany, what about you?
I'm with Lania. It gotta be one of both each year. Like if I'm doing a couples trips and I'm doing a friends trip because I need my vacation and my girls trip.
Yeah. I agree. I think you need both. It's important. It's important. Time with the Bay, time with the friends. You know what I'm saying? Well, let us know on Blue Sky or X, would you prefer a friends trip or a couples trip? Stephen Knight Show SHO on X and The Stephen Knight Show on Blue Sky. All right, so Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist and founder of Turning Point USA, was fatally shot during the speaking event in Utah Valley University, September 10th. He was shot in the neck while speaking at a Turning Point USA event, part of his American Comeback Tour, where he engaged with students on various political topics. The shooting occurred around 12:20 p.m. local time, and chaos ensued as attendees fled the scene. Witnesses reported seeing blood and described the moments as shocking and terrifying. Now, the news of Kirk's death prompted widespread reactions across the political spectrum. Trump expressed his condolences, calling Kirk a great and even legendary, and highlighting his impact on youth in America. Other political figures, including Gavin Newsom, condemned the violence and called for a rejection of political violence in all forms. Following the shooting, a manhunt was initiated for a suspect. Authorities released footage showing a person fleeing the scene. An investigation was ongoing to determine the shooter's identity and motives. Now, initially, they had arrested two people, but they were both found not related to the shooting. Eventually, they arrested 22-year-old Utah resident Tyler Robinson. He was a student at Utah State University on a scholarship, but he only attended one semester. Robinson reportedly confessed to his father, Matt, who supposedly is a 27-year veteran of the Washington County Sheriff's Department, according to Daily Mail. Matt then secured his son and waited for authorities to pick him up. Now, the tragic event has raised concerns about political violence and safety at public events, highlighting the risks faced by public figures in today's polarized environment. Now, it is stated, although this is not the narrative the Republican Party is telling you, that there is a higher chance of political violence committed on the right-leaning people that support right-leaning. And FBI said by 75%. So, before I turn it on to you, I want to say my part about Charlie Kirk. I absolutely think that it was horrendous that he was killed. He was murdered. I don't say assassinated because he didn't hold office. He wasn't a political figure, but he was killed. He was murdered. And, he's a father of two. He was married. He was only 31 years old. But the way that the media has tried to whitewash this man's background, like he was some saint who went from college to college, giving everybody a voice, I think it's gaslighting really who he was. This man, he spewed racism, bigotry, misogyny. The list goes on. I put together some of the things that he has said over his time. He said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, oh boy, I hope he's qualified. He said, if you're in the WNBA smoking pot, black lesbian, do you get treated better than a United States Marine? He said, happening all the time, the urban America prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. He said, if I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who is a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence or is she there because of affirmative action? He also said we record all of it so that we put it in the internet so people can see the ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when we get violent. That's when civil war happens because you start to think other side is evil and they lose their humanity. Now, this is one thing that he said that's come back, unfortunately, to haunt him. He said, I think that it's worth to say that the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our God-given rights. That's a prudent deal and it's rational. And he's gone on, and I have a whole list of things he said. But, today, J.D. Vance, he hosted Kirk's podcast, and he said that he never said anything about black women. When he did say that Kamala Harris, Joy Reid, and Tito Jackson, he said that they're affirmative action hires, DEI hires, because black women don't have the capacity to think that way. So they have to steal white people's jobs. So again, they try to whitewash. He was this God-fearing guy who just did so much for the community when really this is what he spewed. And he talked about, LGBT community, blacks. He stayed talking about why black fathers were absent from the home, who he didn't think was a good representation for black Americans. I mean, he stayed on black people's necks. And so my point is two things can be true at the same time. Violence is bad and hate is bad. So that's my soapbox. Chike, what are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk and how the media is portraying his legacy?
My thoughts on Charlie Kirk, I really don't have much except for God bless his family.
Yeah.
In this time of sorrow for them.
Yeah.
It's horrible that somebody took his life.
Right.
For his beliefs and what he decided to speak about, because we still do to this day. I think at the time that we're speaking, we still have the freedom to say what we want to say. I think, all I can do is think about a man named Martin Luther King,
Mhm.
who all he wanted to do was empower his people, just like Mr. Kirk wanted to empower people. He spoke passionately about his beliefs and what he wanted to happen or what he wanted to see in this country. Martin Luther King did the same thing. Um, some people said that Martin Luther King spread hate. From your point of view, that might not be the case.
Mhm.
And so I'm assuming that it would be the same thing on the other side with Mr. Kirk. Again, I just say God bless the family and everyone that loved him and who feels a loss. I'll
Charlie Kirk,
leave it at that.
Charlie Kirk also said that Martin Luther King was a bad man that doesn't deserve his holiday. Brittany,
That's his way. Hold on. That's his opinion.
yeah,
And how I was raised, that what someone thinks about you is none of your business.
absolutely, I agree. Brittany, what are your thoughts on Mr. Kirk and the passing and the aftermath of it all?
Um, it's a tragedy, and I think it's very sad what happened. I think we're becoming desensitized. I watched the shooting
Yeah,
on social media, and I think that like it's just been too many killings um on the internet. Like I saw that one, and then they turned around, and then they had the Colorado had the shooting in at the school the same day, and I
yeah,
felt like that was sad. And yeah, we just live in a sad time. I think it's ironic that he fought for gun rights and then got killed by it.
hmm
That's irony for you.
His last words were gangster was it gangster? They're talking about gangster violence or something he said as he was getting shot. Because they were talking, someone asked him a question about violence. He's talking about gangster violence, and he got shot. But Linnea, what are your thoughts on this?
He was sitting crisscross applesauce.
Mhm.
I'm going to uh take a different approach. There were no flags flown at half staff for Melissa Hortman and her husband.
Yep.
There was no moment of silence on the House floor for Melissa Hortman and her husband.
Mhm.
And Melissa Hortman was a political figure
Yeah.
who was assassinated. It was an act of political violence. Melissa Hortman and her husband had children.
Yep.
This year alone, there have been 47 school shootings, 24 on college campuses, and 23 for grades K through 12.
Yeah.
47 just this year alone, and the year's not over. And
September.
that's as of September 10th. Today is only what, the 15th?
Yeah.
And Brittany mentioned there was a shooting in Colorado the same day that did not get coverage. And I am so sick and tired of thoughts and prayers
Yeah.
when children are being murdered. It's frustrating, and I'm so happy that I can't imagine having a child.
Mhm.
You send your child to school,
Yep.
and that's your child doesn't make it home.
Mhm.
And it is just crazy to me. It's asinine that there are, like, let's take Sandy Hook, for instance, where people said that that wasn't real.
Right.
My child is in the grave. It's
Yes.
real for me. It's nothing fake about that. So
Yep.
my condolences go out to all of the families from all of those school shootings. My condolences go out to them. My heart goes out to them because that's where it belongs. And that's it.
I agree. I agree. I
I
agree.
have
And
something
can
to
I just
say.
say one more thing?
Yeah.
Down another avenue in another lane in the same time frame, there's still a set of files that are coming about a bunch of women that were abused. SA'd, as they say online,
Mhm.
by a villain and his Madam-esque girlfriend,
Yeah.
which is bubbling up in the news and will not go away. I believe that there's high concentration for us to have short attention spans and to forget about that.
Yeah.
That is still active.
Yeah. And that's what it seems like that, I do believe that the Trump administration is upset about this murder, right? Although the next day they asked Trump, "How are you doing with everything?" And he said, "I'm doing great. I was meeting with architects about the new ballroom for the White House." And then over the weekend they had some kind of memorial service, not the funeral, but some kind of service or thing for him. And Trump was playing golf; he didn't attend, but he's supposed to go to the funeral. But anyway, there are a lot of players in the Republican Party who are fixated on this, and they think the reason is to distract from the Epstein files and distract from
Hello.
that case that wouldn't go away. And so they are kind of taking this death and making much more to do about it to keep that the focus and not the Epstein files. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But again, I think it was
I
horrible.
have something.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Um, to Lania's point with the school shootings, like they're not even talking about how the enrollment in schools are decreasing and schools are getting shut down because of kids feeling not only is the curriculum being changed, but now nobody feels safe to even enroll their children in school, to the point to where public school is becoming null and void in the future, with people putting their kids in private, charter, or homeschool just to keep their kids safe
Yeah.
from going to places where they won't be safe at school. I know in Atlanta, Clayton County is passing out discounts on utility bills if you put your kids in school. I know DeKalb and Atlanta public school system are shutting down and consolidating buildings where there are low enrollment. So that's another wave of teachers being laid off and school administrators, and to the point to where the system for our children are getting really, really scary and shisty based on the fact that people don't feel safe putting their kids in school anymore.
It's horrible. Something has to be done. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. You know what I mean? But again, I do think it was sad that he was murdered this way. But I think there was a pastor, his sermon went viral over the weekend. He said, "I can be sad in the way you die, but it doesn't mean I have to change the way that you lived, how you chose to live." Anyway. All right. So TikTok, there's been this back and forth for the past year about TikTok. Is it going to be banned or is it not going to be banned? Well, the US and China have reached a framework agreement to resolve the ongoing TikTok dispute, announced by the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent today. During trade talks in Madrid with Chinese Vice Premier He Laying, this comes just before the deadline that could have banned the app in the U.S. under 2024 law. Over 170 million U.S. users use TikTok. I know a lot of businesses have been saved. A lot of people have become millionaires on TikTok, and people make money on TikTok. So, do you think this is a good thing? I'll start with you, Brittany. Do you think it's a good thing that TikTok, it seems like it's going to be safe?
I don't have a TikTok account. I barely get on Instagram. So
You could care less.
yes. I do. I love all the reels that my sister sends me, I mean, I could care less. I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm not a TikToker.
Yeah. Lydia, what about you?
Neither am I. I created an account last year, closed it. I think I put up one post and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Not for
So
you.
I ain't got nothing for you.
TK, what about you?
I'm on TikTok, but I'm a lurker on TikTok. I'm not really active. I'm observer. I watch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: if people are making money on there, and that's how you get in your Skrilla, listen. The way these tariffs and this government is set up, more kudos to you. I'm glad that you're going to be able to get some dividends because you're going to need them.
Absolutely. I remember there was this young lady. Her father had a restaurant on there that was going out of business because they just weren't getting the customers. and she made a TikTok video, and they had so many customers they couldn't keep up with the demand, and so it really helped save the
Good.
restaurant. And I know, listen, I am obsessed and addicted to TikTok. When they say social media addiction is real, TikTok has me in the chokehold. Because there is so much on there and it is hilarious. But yeah, but I think it's good because I remember last year it was the day before that the ban wasn't going to effect. Everyone was kind of panicking, right? We were all panicking, and they would give you alternative uh, TikTok type social media sites to log on to, and it lasted 24 hours, and then Trump saved the day right for the election. All right, when we come back, find out why Monique explains why she won't let up on Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, and former Vice President Harris speaks on what really happened in the 2024 presidential campaign and her memoir, 107 Days. Right back after this.